crafty friends, this is the Papered Chef here. In today's Ink It Up tutorial, I'm going to share how to create these cute little stocking stuffers featuring these Kraft Pillow Boxes by Stampin' Up. Why now? Because I can't believe this, but these just went on clearance for $2. So I know anyone that comes here is probably going to leave my video, but please don't leave my video. Just open a new tab if you have to go shopping this very second to get these. I'm going to show you the package. They're not expensive as they are. They're not expensive anyway, but it's just that they weren't even available because they had gone on clearance. Now, I had stocked up on these because I've been using these for a few years now. I think these got a little bit of moisture in them. Let's see. Come on, come apart. There you go. See how cool these are with the little dots on them? Okay, so these are the Kraft Pillow Boxes. Let me find a full pack. Now, they're normally, like I said, they're not even expensive anyway. They're normally only $5. But they're on clearance right now for, you get 10 of them, 10 Kraft Pillow Boxes for $2. Hello? Even if you have a pillow box maker, which I do, because I have every gadget there is. I have one of those pillow box punch boards. I could not be bothered because I can make these for, if I can get these for 20 cents, hello, I'm going to get them. They're good quality. They're already scored and cut for me. So that's the project. Okay, we're going to decorate pillow box. So what I do before I cut the designer series paper is I sort of puff open the box. We're going to use Poinsettia Place, which is on our end of year. See, just do that. I just, before I put the goodies in it, I sort of puff it open. So when I decorate it, the band goes on the right way. All right, so it's popped open. We'll work with that in a minute. The stamp set I'm using is called Festive Post. I think this is retiring. I didn't check very closely my retiring list of items, but our stamp sets usually aren't on sale at the end of year closeouts because we usually have these till the very last, day of our catalog usually. I think because they're made in the US. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator, but I don't remember all the details about why. But this paper I'm using, I decided to use it because I have a lot of it. Well, not a lot, less than a pack, but it's just went on sale too for like $8.05. So that's a pretty good deal too. Poinsettia Place Designer Series paper. I don't even have a full pack, but I'm going to show you what the paper looks like. And why I decided to use it with the craft boxes was because the coordinating colors matched. See, it says Bumblebee, Garden Green, Old Olive, Real Red, Soft Suede, Whisper White. So the soft suede to me matched. The soft suede looked really good with the pillow box. I see a bunch of you watching, but so say hello so I can know who's here. If you want to say hello. Hi, Deborah. Good morning. So that's the paper. This is what I have left of the paper. I had like half a pack. So it's double-sided paper. And it just goes really well with these Kraft Pillow Boxes. Okay, so there's little pine cones. It's just all natural and nice. A lot of other paper will go, actually Kraft Pillow Boxes would go well with anything because Kraft is a neutral color, meaning I could use it really technically with Snowflake Splendor. I could use it with really anything, but I wanted that rustic sort of look, to this project. So right now we're having a closeout. It's December 8th. We're having a closeout right now on this whole catalog. So a lot of the papers are on sale. And then I just kind of noticed, I went shopping a couple hours ago, and I was like, oh, I couldn't believe it when I saw these for $2 on clearance, these pillow boxes. I got a whole bunch of stuff. A whole bunch of designers. This Magic in This Night I got some of this here. Feels Like Frost. I could open up this catalog and show you half the stuff I bought. But let's not digress. We can digress very easily when it comes to sales. We don't have very many sales, honestly. Honestly, we don't have that many sales. Stampin' Up. So what you're going to do is I'm going to start to finish. We've already done one with this piece. Let's see. I'm just going to pick a different piece. Here, we'll do one with this piece here. Hello, Terry. See, now you're all coming in to say hello. Deborah, Clarice, Natasha, Terry. Okay, so I like that Papa Red, but I'm going to use ribbon to make the Papa Red. So there's a piece. We'll use this piece next because I haven't used it yet. So you want to take your trimmer, Stampin' trimmer, and you need 8 inches by 2 inches. You could use more, but I don't care that it didn't wrap all the way around the back. I was fine with that. I'm making quick stocking stuffers here. I got a lot of stuff to do, and Christmas just creeped up on me, and we need to spread a lot of joy this year especially. This is a hard year for people, right? So I think that you don't have to be perfect. You know, you can wrap it with 8 inches. That's fine. And you might see other people with other measurements. This was me just grabbing my trimmer a minute ago and going, how much paper should I use? I can't remember from last time I did this. So let's try 2 inches by 8 inches, and it just worked. That's how it went. So I'm going to do 2 inches. See, don't mind my light there. See, I'm going 2 inches by 8 inches. Is that 2 inches? It seems shorter than the other one. Nope. That's right. That's 2 inches. Okay. And then we'll do 8 inches. So that's good enough. And of course, if you want to conserve paper, I could have cut I probably could have got, well, I could have cut it the other way first. It doesn't really matter though, because I'm using, everything I do, I use all, oops, got cut up in my cable. Everything I do, I use up all my scraps. I mean, you see how many projects I make. Here's another piece already ready to go. So here's one already cut. So we'll use these 2 pieces and we'll wrap them. Now, I don't do any fancy scoring when I work with these little pillow boxes or anything. All I do, I mean, you could line it up and score it and all that, but I kind of just do the wiggle method. The wiggle meaning just kind of, I go like that, and I just sort of wiggle it. I bend it around both sides, and I just sort of wiggle it. That's it. That's my scoring method. It's that simple. I mean, seriously, it's that simple. You could score it on the sides and do all this fancy stuff, but, you know, easy. It's easier this way. When you have a lot of things to make, just do it easy way. I'm now putting a little bit of rolling adhesive on it. Just that's all. And I'm sealing it. I'll do it again so you get a better angle. I'll just do it from the other side of the camera because I can't see always exactly what you're seeing. But that's it. Now what's nice about this is there's a few things that's nice about this. It slides on and off because I popped the box open. If I would have put it on when it's flat and then popped it open, it doesn't usually slide on and off as easy. So it makes the box reusable so you're giving someone a gift of stuff in here. We'll put stuff in it, or I'll show you what's in mine, I should say. You're giving someone a gift, but then they also can reuse it for another occasion. These are great for Easter. Okay, so let's move these to the side, and I will do another one on this side, just in case you didn't get to see that. So what I'm going to do, or just in case you just came on, I'm taking the pillow box that's on clearance while supplies last. Okay, and I'm popping it open. I'm not closing it yet, because the reason I'm not closing it yet is because you don't close it till you're done putting your stuff in there, right? No sense bending it an extra time. Then you're going to take your piece of designer series paper. This is Poinsettia Place. I've already done one with that side showing, so this time I'll do that side showing. Any Christmas paper will do. Kraft is a neutral color. I'm just wrapping it around the box like so, and then I sort of wiggle it. I just do this with my hands, you know, like to sort of score it, and that's it. That's how easy it is. And then I lay it back. I just open it back up like that. Put a little bit of rolling adhesive. I'm just using Seal Plus. It's called Seal Plus. It's a rolling adhesive by Stampin' Up. 1, 2, 3, 4 little lines of that. See? Shine that in the light, and just flop it over. Okay. So that's that. That's the easy part. Okay, now we'll do the stamping, because it is, after all, an Ink It Up series. We're going to stamp this little guy. I've been wanting to use this car for so long. I bought this car. I bought this Festive post set probably because of that. Well, because of the deer and because of this cute little car. I absolutely love this little car. And so I've been wanting to do something with this little car. And when I stamped them and then tried to punch them, I couldn't fit any of the sentiments with it. So I tried to put like, enjoy the season with the car, or Merry Christmas with the car. I tried to put this with the car and then punch it, and it wouldn't fit. So then here's my trick for you. We're going to take the car out. We're going to take this. So this is a photopolymer stamp set. And if I'm going over things that you already know, it's because sometimes I have beginners on my channel, including some of my team members who are beginning stampers, because I met them through other means and they're beginning stampers, and I want to always start at the beginning. It's not one of the Mary Poppins song about a good place to start, has some lyrics like that. All right, so that's the car. Now I'm going to take this little, we're going to be doing what's called two-step stamping. So after you stamp that, we're going to stamp the little tree on the back of the car. So that's two-step stamping. So I'm taking the little tree out and mounting him on another stamping block. And just so you know, that's stamping block D. So this would be B. This is stamping block B. And I have a C as well. We'll put the little circle. I'm taking this sentiment, most wonderful time of the year, and I'm putting that on this one, stamping block C. And I tried to fit, like I said, I tried to fit these other little sentiments with the car, the Merry Christmas and the Season's Greetings, and they just wouldn't fit with the car in the same punch. I could, but then the tires were getting cut off a little if I did it vertically. Okay, so this is Festive Post, and we have a rectangular postage stamp punch. So what I have to do to make this work, this project, well, I have a couple ways, but I punched out the paper first. So you're going to take Whisper White cardstock. Always use our Whisper White cardstock. It's the regular kind, not the thick kind, the regular kind. It has good ink absorption. Okay, so a lot of times on my channel, I'm always saying punch later, stamp first and punch later. Not for this project. You won't be able to fit the car and this cute little sentiment on the same postage stamp if you punch later, because you'll never line it up at the right spot. I have made a lot of, I left this there as my example. So if you try to get these two eyeballed and then try to punch it out, it might not fit inside the postage stamp punch. All right, so let's take we got these ready to go. We'll put this over here so you have something to look at. All right, now we need Memento Black ink. Why? Because Memento Black ink, here, I gotta put something there because of the glare. There's a big glare from the light. We'll put that right there. All right, so the Memento Black ink, because I'm gonna use the blends a little bit. I didn't have guarding, so one of the coordinating colors of this paper, you always kind of have to know what coordinating colors are before you embark on your project, right? Oh yeah, my host code is on my website. It's over there. So when you go to paperchef.stampinup.net, there's a host code, and it begins with a K, and you'll just see it right on the home page. Just copy and paste it. I can't do it now because if I touch my camera to try to type something, my whole live video broadcast will stop. I can't even touch my camera during a broadcast. It's so precariously placed. All right, so what I'm using is Memento Black because if I use the blends at all, which I'll be using a little bit of blends, I don't want it to run. Plus, the car looks good in black. This is kind of like your go-to ink. So what I'm going to do is stamp the car. Why 4 of them? Because, you know, I'm crafting right now, so let's make 4 of them, right? Then I have this one ready to go. I've already made 3. Then I can have 8 made all together because that's how many of the little things I have to put in them. I'm putting things inside them, like I want to make sure this is really inked up good. So what I can do is you could take your piece of scrap paper or just stamp onto the mat to see if it's inked up good. And it doesn't look like it quite is yet. Oops, I just got to flip that over. See, make a mistake. Not quite yet. So I always want to make sure this is really dark and solid before I put it on my Whisper White. That one's solid. That's good. That's what these mats are for. These are little crafting mats. All right, so flip that over because I made them stick. So let's put the little car way over there. And I'll show you different angles. So see that? Way over there. Put the car way on the side. So you can fit your sentiment. Okay, we'll do one right there. We'll do one. So you can see it better. Even though I'm right-handed, I'm going to try to do this left-handed so I'm not blocking you. Tap, tap, tap. Check that you have good ink on your stamp. Right? And then I'll move this over and I'll press it with I will get my right hand out of the way. See that? Just press on your stamping block. Okay, way over to the side. So far, so good. And we're going to stamp the others. Of course, if you don't have a rectangular postage stamp punch, and you just use whatever you have, obviously, right? Use whatever supplies you have. These craft boxes, like I said, for $2, I mean, use whatever stamps you have, use whatever punches you have, shapes you cut out with the scan and cut. It doesn't matter. Just use whatever you have because this project will work with any designer series paper in the world. Even the snowflake paper, which usually goes better with silver, would work with this craft color because craft is a neutral color. Okay, I'm tap, tap, tapping, getting good ink coverage, and we will stamp one more time. And sometimes what I do is I keep a little black marker with me or a black blend for any time that this one came out perfect, but anytime it doesn't come out perfect, I have a little black marker usually to fill in any little gaps. But all 4 of these came out perfectly. So I'm happy with that. I'm done with the Memento Black ink. Hello, Sherry. I'm going to put the Memento Black away. So now what you want to do is what's called 2-step stamping. You have this little tree. And if I were to just stamp it straight on from garden green, this is a garden green tree, straight on there, it would be so dark you would barely be able to see the black lines in the tree. And I wanted that texture. So what you do is you take your garden green, and this is garden green ink, one of the coordinating colors, pop it open. This one's kind of tight because I haven't used it that much. It's actually not my favorite green, but it's a good green for this paper. See, it doesn't matter what's my favorite. It matters what matches your designer series paper, because it looks really good when you coordinate your colors. See, Old Olive and Garden Green coordinate with this paper. So that's what matters. It might not be my favorite green. I have a lot of other greens. We have a lot of greens at Stampin' Up. And I like Shaded Spruce better. It's a different kind of green. But it doesn't coordinate with this paper I'm using right now. So Shaded Spruce got kicked to the curb tonight. All right, so let's see. We're going to take this tree. And I realize it's not night for some of you. It's night for me, but it's not night for some of you. You are in the early wee morning of the sale in the U.S. See that? How dark that is? So I stamped off. That's called stamping off. Now I can stamp the car. So it's a see-through photopolymer stamp. See? Like that. Not the car, the tree on top of the car. Okay? Pretty cool. And now I get a nice light tree. So what I did though, there's a little bit of white, only because even though I did it perfectly evenly, there's a tiny bit of white. You can't really see it. So I took this, and plus I wanted to use Old Olive anyway. I wanted to bring out the Old Olive. So I took my light Old Olive blend, and I just sort of blended the edges of the tree. And it got rid of the white, but it also gave me a nice little outline for my tree. And because I'm using Memento Black, my alcohol markers did not smear. So you can use regular ink with alcohol markers on Memento Black. Memento Black's like the best ink ever. It's sort of like a hybrid ink. Now you should, of course, let things dry before you do all this, but okay, I'm happy with that little tree. Now you can't really see the lines blending in yet, but there's one that I did earlier and you can see it there. You can see how the Old Olive is separated from the Garden Green a little bit. That one, it shows up better over time. Okay, we'll do this again because I have 4 of these already stamped. Whenever you're doing a project, stamp off. Always do a few of them at once, just for efficiency. Even if you don't think you need to make more than one pillow box right now, you can make your sentiments like this. You could have them ready for pillow boxes or cards or any other stocking stuffers, which is the title of this. I'm going to show you some other stocking stuffers later in this broadcast if my live video holds up. That one came out perfectly, meaning it didn't even have any white showing, but still I'm going to use my blend. I'm going to use the thin side of my blend. There's a thin side and a brush side. I'm going to use the thin side just to kind of go around the outline. I just think it goes better when I put a little bit of Old Olive with the Garden Green. It goes better with that paper. Okay, so that one's done. And we'll just do 2 more for good measure because they're already here and I have everything out. And then when I wash my stamps later, all my little trees are done. Okay, I'm just going to stamp off onto the mat. And when you do 2-step stamping, if you have what's called a stamparatus, a stamp positioning tool, you could do like multiple stamps at once. But if I'm only doing a few, I think it's kind of overkill for me to set that up. This time I'm going to use the brush tip side. The reason I'm using the brush tip is I have a lot of white showing on that one. And I'm just going to get a lot of the white. Cover up that white part with the Old Olive. Now why am I not using Garden Green? I don't think we even make Garden Green blends. If we do, I definitely don't have them, and I think I have all the blends that we make. I just don't have that color, but also because Old Olive I thought kind of looked well with this tree, looked nice with this tree. Okay, so that one's done, and now we'll do this little guy. Last one. So anyway, stamp positioning tools, you don't have to do all what I'm doing, like line it up above. You just put it on and go down, up, down, up, down. I've done a couple tutorials on the stamparatus on this channel before. And it's a nice way of doing a lot of things at once that have to be positioned nicely. All right, so there's all that. So now we're going to do the little sentiment. And of course I would wash my stamps, but I'm not going to do that now because of time. Or not because of time, because of all the stuff on in my table, and I don't want to get mess up my projects going on here. All right, so that ink is done. Now we're going to take the Real Red, because Real Red's a coordinating color. It's always nice to have pops of color, like pop of red, a pop of red, you know what I mean, pop of red. And I'm going to use this, and it does stain, this kind of stamp. You know, when you use a photopolymer stamp, right, it stains. But that's okay, that it stains the plastic. Okay, I just stamp once onto the mat to make sure I'm getting a crisp image. And now I can stamp, and it'll fit on this postage stamp. Like, it's almost like a little postmark. The little postmark it's the most wonderful time of the year. And the way I lined it up on my block is it just starts out with it's up there. It really wouldn't matter because it's a circular message. So really, I think it ended up being like, on the ones I did earlier, it was down the bottom. You can read it in a circle. Pretty cool. But then I wanted to fill in that little white space, and that's where I got the idea to put a little star there. You don't actually have to fill in every white space. It's not necessary. It's okay to let things breathe, but I like to fill in little gaps with extra embellishments. My excuse for using up all these embellishments I keep buying, right? I just get to use them all up because I put them on things. It's fun to put them on things. It's not fun to keep them in the drawer. You got to bring others joy by embellishing your projects. I could even layer this up with a background layer. So these embellishments came from the Most Wonderful Time product medley, which is, it's a really cool product medley. I'll show you some things I made from it later, if my internet holds up. And these little stars come from there. And there's Designer Series paper in the product medley. There's card fronts. There's stickers. The medley has dies and stamps. But anyway, there's a whole medley of products. But this little stars came from there. And I've bought a bunch of the refills. I think I just did today again. Today I bought another refill. That's number 4 or 5 now. Maybe more. I have so many refills from the Most Wonderful Time product medley. But anyway, that's where the stars came from. Okay, closing that. So those are done now. So now we're ready to put the project together. Closing the ink. So we get these back. And I'm going to show you what I put in them, and then I'm going to show you what I put in the other ones after I decorate. So, and we'll get some of this twine too. So let's first close it. Let's put stuff in it. So what I have is, I don't know what countries you're watching from, but in the United States we have a store called Big Lots. These are from Big Lots. They were really a reasonable price. It's peppermint. Hi Janet. Thank you, Janet. Okay, see, peppermint lip balm. Okay, so you pop these out of the package. Now, it depends on who you're giving them to, right? Some people you better not open a package because they might be like, oh no. But I give these to family members and friends and team members, people I know. So they're not going to be like, oh, it's not in a package, right? So I take it out of the package because it fits better in there. Well, actually, you can't even fit it in there. Maybe you'd have to cut the cardboard off. So it depends on who you're giving it to if you want to open the package. So I put one of them in there, see? And then I put a couple of these peppermint barks or candies. So a couple of these, like some Ghirardellis, candy cane. Let's see. Put a peppermint bark in there. Fits in there. So I'm just giving you an idea so you know what fits in this box here. Let's shut the other side. Best if you're going to stuff this, it's good to shut the one side because then you can stuff it better. You can't see it, but these are perfectly scored already for us, which is another reason. I do make these with my scan and cut, these pillow boxes, but then you get perforations during like the little dashes, and these hold up better. And like I said, for $2 on clearance, it's really a no-brainer. Let's put the Ghirardelli square in first, and then put the lip balm in, because it seems like it'll fit better that way. Yep, that'll fit better that way. And then a candy cane, and then a mini Ghirardelli chocolate, and then I have a couple of these Hershey Kisses that have little Santa hats. These are like little Santa hat Hershey Kisses. Aren't they cute? Just found them at the grocery store. Put a couple of them in there, and whatever you do, and then you just, fill it all up, and you shut it. You want to fill it up because it's better if you're shipping it to fill it up so it doesn't collapse on itself. Okay, so you shut it like that, and that's how you fill your box. And now what I'm going to do is, this piece was too short, so I want to show you the twine I used, which we have available at our store, and it's just called Real Red braided linen trim. So I tried to use 12 inches, and that just wasn't long enough. You need about 16 or 17 inches. So I had to open the arm of my trimmer to measure it, and I just went like I went all the way to the end of the trimmer. So I went back here to, let's see. I went about 17 inches, so I'm holding this. You can't see the other side, but I'm going to show you now. See? I went all the way to the end of the trimmer, 17 inches. And that's how much ribbon I used just to make this bow, but then I had to cut off about an inch. I mean, I ended up having about an extra inch, but it's better safe than sorry. You always want to start out with more twine than you need. What I really like about this braid and linen trim is after you tie it up, see? Like you can fluff it out. Okay, so what I did is I just put this. You're going to laugh at how I tie a knot. I still tie, like, I learned, my brother taught me how to tie my shoes in kindergarten. And I still tie the same way. 2 little bunny ears and wrap them around each other. And that's the way I tie my bows, and that's the way I still tie my shoes. Okay, so like that, okay? And then you can move it around, like say, because sometimes it's like upside down, and then I would just wiggle it and make that go up to the top if that's the way, or whichever way. That's more like it. Now, see, I always have a little bit extra at the end. I said I cut about an inch off because you want the 2 sides to be even. Okay, now you can fluff it out. So once you get your 2 sides even, so really you only need 16 inches, but I don't know which side I'm going to need the extra inch on, right? So I always cut it bigger, 17 inches. Then I trim a little off to make it even. Now this little braided trim, you can fluff it out. I love our braided. We have this in a linen color as well, but I thought these need a pop of red, a pop of real red. And then you just pull it out and like fluff it out like that. And then you sort of take this part too, and you fluff it out. When you fluff out the bow with this linen trim, it doesn't come undone. It tends to, when you use thin ribbon and you don't fluff it out, or you don't have a way to fluff it out, ribbon can come undone, but these don't come undone because I puff them out so they don't slip. That's in my experience. That's why I really like working with certain kinds of trim. All right, so that's cool. I'm happy with that. Now we stick this little guy on, and we're done. So move him over. Move your bow over a little bit, unless you want. You don't have to, but then you can put your little car right there. Pop up your little car with a couple dimensionals. Foam adhesives, right? Boom, boom. Remember, I stamped on the back accidentally. Stick that on there. And you have a cute little treat you can give someone. And now I'm going to show you what's in the other ones. Oh, and you could take these and put these on other things as well. So you can put them on your other gifts, but you could put them on other projects as well because they're already stamped. So you already have them made. And that's how easy this project is. So now let's show you what's in this. Let's see. I just want to show you because I want to show you what fits in here. So this one I think is my hand sanitizer from the sound of it's making. See? So you can fit a Purell hand sanitizer, a perfect gift for this holiday season. I mean, who doesn't need an extra hand sanitizer everywhere you go? Okay, put that in your car. You could probably fit a, you know what, I'm going to put a lip balm in there. And I've already lost the pack that was open. I mean, not lost, but it's on my table somewhere, so I'm just going to open another one. Just put that in there with it. Because it'll fit, see? It's better to stuff your box. I don't put candy in with the toiletries though, because what if that hand sanitizer leaks, right? I don't want it to leak like on, especially a Hershey Kiss that's not wrapped very well. And I think that's the one we just made. So let's see what's in this one. I just made these and can't remember what I put in them. Here we go. Yeah, more of the same things. Okay, I put the same things in them. Okay, and then this one is a little bit of a variation. So before I figured out that I could fit both of these on the postage stamp, what I did for this one is pretty cool. Is I had this. We don't sell this anymore, so don't get upset with me that you can't get this. But you can. All my scan and cut friends can cut out 3/4 inch circles, so you can still get a 3/4 inch circle. Or if you have a Cricut or any machine, cut out a 3/4 inch circle. But that's how I got this cute little one to go. But I actually like it better on this on the stamp itself, on the postage stamp. But I did do it. I like how it fit in that 3/4 inch circle perfectly. And I think the same kind of stuff is in this one. Let's see. Yeah. More lip balm and candy canes and Ghirardelli chocolates. Okay, so that's what's in those. So I want to show you some other stocking stuffers in case you're interested here, because this is the title of this. So again, if you just joined me, these are on sale. These are on clearance right now for $2. 10 pillow boxes for $2. I don't know how long they'll be there. This is on sale. This Poinsettia Place Designer Series paper for $8.05. So for $10.05, you'd have the basics. And then use whatever ribbon. We have this braided linen trim. Use whatever stamp set you have. All right, so stocking stuffers. If you watched my last Ink It Up, which I haven't even blogged about yet, it was that recent. It was just, just did it. I did these stocking stuffers. These are another type of stocking stuffer. These are called the diaper fold. So you can watch that video. And on my Facebook page, Papered Chef Facebook page, I did a 1-minute version of this. So if you don't want to watch my whole long video about how I did all this project from start to finish, folding it many times and doing all this, I did a 1-minute fast forwarded video for my low attention span friends that are on Facebook. So anyway, nothing's wrong with low attention span, But I did show how to make these from start to finish on my YouTube channel in the last Ink It Up. So this is called the Most Wonderful Time Product Medley. So those are stocking stuffers, okay? And I have a few that don't have the Ghirardelli chocolate in them yet. So now I want to show you a couple things I'm working on. Okay, this one is just something I'm doing with some kids. This is just a little fun thing you can do. And it is a pipe cleaner. It's a candy cane with some wiggle eyes. And I usually don't put glue on candy. I usually tell everybody, don't ever put glue on candy. But in this case, the only way to get the wiggle eyes to stick on this candy cane, and it is wrapped, was tacky glue. So just a little project I'm doing. I put a little pom-pom there. And little ribbon and a little pipe cleaner. And you wrap the pipe cleaner around a pencil to make this squiggle. And then I'm going to show you my snowman soup. This is my snowman soup project. I'll just make one of those real quick because I don't want to open that snowman soup. So to make that, you just take, these are just, again, stocking stuffers to put in care packages. So I just take these bags I have with snowmen on them, take a bag out, and you're going to take 2 packs, well, you can actually use 1 pack or 2 packs of hot cocoa. Now, packets come like this, Nestle hot cocoa, but they also come like this with Swiss Mix. So the one I did here is Swiss Mix. I like Swiss Mix better because it's so much, like there's so much more in it. However, when I cut these, I tend to, like every third time, cut into the pack. And I have powder everywhere, all over my kitchen. So from now on, I'm just giving people 2 packs of cocoa mix in their snowman soup because I am sick of cutting these Swiss Mix packs, right? And you just shove those in there, and then you put, okay, let's see, I got the little bell on there. So then you put, I put 4 Hershey, because I put 2 packs, I'm putting 4 Hershey Kisses, 2 with the little Santa hats and 2 like this. So that's part of the snowman soup, just kind of toss them in there. And then I put 2 mini candy canes, again, because it's for 2 people. I think this one's going to go to my friend Beth and Gary when they send them a package. They can have cocoa together. So then 2 little mini candy canes, 1 on each side so you can see it. Okay, that's all you need to put in your snowman soup. And then I took a little bells I already have made. I just got little bells from the store. We do sell bells. We have little tiny jingle bells on clearance. These are not Stampin' Up! Tiny jingle bells. These are just from another store that I've had. And this is some ribbon that's retired. And you just tie it around. Now this one I tied up too high, but I think I'm going to tie it lower this time. So that's how you make snowman soup. Another great stocking stuffer. Another easy stocking stuffer. And then I have stickers that I print with my printer. I use Microsoft Word to make them, but you can use Google. You can use Google to make them. Google Docs, the free, free. Google Docs is free. So you just want your snowman, you just kind of puff it so your snowman shows. Kind of puff it out a little. See, puff your bag out a little because we're going to put the snowman soup down here this time. Because I didn't like how it was up there. It was too high. So that's why I'm doing this again for you because I don't like that example. So what you do is you take your labels. I do 30 per page. I do have a course on how to make labels and how to put graphics on labels. That's one of my courses. I offer scan and cut courses and I offer label making courses. So anyway, just take your snowman soup label and you stick it on. And it says, and when I first got this graphic, it wasn't this year, it was a while back. I didn't know it was going to match these bags so cute. That the snowman matches really well. So snowman soup, pour contents into a holiday mug, add hot water and enjoy. Okay, so that's another stocking stuffer. So now there's 4 ideas. So you have your pillow box idea, right? Hand sanitizer, lip balm. You have your candy cane reindeer. Put that in someone's stocking. They'll get a good crack up out of that. You have your snowman soup, and you have your diaper fold pouches with candy inside. So those are 4 ideas for stocking stuffers. So I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial. I'm just showing you whatever else is in my little stash here. And ink it up, and I hope you'll check out our end of year closeout sale at my Stampin' Up store. That's all for now. This is the Papered Chef.